The early history of what would become the British monarchy begins with the arrival of the Anglo-Saxons in Britain around the 5th century. These Germanic tribes, primarily the Angles, Saxons, and Jutes, settled in various parts of the island, forming several small kingdoms collectively known as the Heptarchy. The primary kingdoms included Northumbria, Mercia, East Anglia, Essex, Kent, Sussex, and Wessex. King Alfred the Great of Wessex 871 to 899 is one of the most notable early monarchs. He successfully defended his kingdom against Viking invasions and is credited with beginning the unification process of England. Alfred's reforms in military, legal, and educational fields laid the groundwork for a unified English nation. Alfred's successors, including his son Edward the Elder and grandson Athelstan, continued his work. Athelstan, who reigned from 924 to 939, is often considered the first true king of England. He expanded his realm and consolidated power, bringing most of the Anglo-Saxon kingdoms under his control by 927. Edgar the Peaceful 959 to 975 further strengthened the kingdom through a period of relative peace and stability. His reign saw the continued integration of the various Anglo-Saxon territories into a cohesive English state, and he worked closely with the church to reform religious practices. The Norman conquest in 1066 was a pivotal moment in English history. William the Conqueror, Duke of Normandy, defeated King Harold II at the Battle of Hastings and became the first Norman king of England. This conquest brought significant changes, including the introduction of Norman feudalism and the reshaping of English culture and language. Henry II 1154 to 1189 founded the Plantagenet dynasty and ruled over the Angevin Empire, which included extensive territories in France. His reign saw significant legal reforms, including the development of common law. Henry's marriage to Eleanor of Aquitaine added to his continental holdings, making him one of the most powerful monarchs of his time. Richard I, known as Richard the Lionheart 1189 to 1199, spent much of his reign on crusade and defending his territories in France. His brother John succeeded him and faced numerous challenges, including rebellion from his barons. In 1215, John was forced to sign the Magna Carta, a seminal document that limited royal power and laid the foundations for modern democracy. Edward I 1272 to 1307 is known for his military campaigns in Wales and Scotland, earning him the nickname Hammer of the Scots. His reign also saw significant legal reforms. The late 14th and 15th centuries were marked by the Wars of the Roses, a series of dynastic conflicts between the houses of Lancaster and York for control of the English throne. Henry VII 1485 to 1509 emerged victorious from the Wars of the Roses, founding the Tudor dynasty. He strengthened the monarchy, established fiscal stability, and fostered a period of relative peace and economic growth. Henry VIII 1509 to 1547 is one of the most famous English monarchs, known for his 6 marriages and the English Reformation. His desire for a male heir led to the break with the Roman Catholic Church and the establishment of the Church of England. Henry's reign saw the dissolution of monasteries and significant religious and political upheaval. Elizabeth I 1558 to 1603 presided over a golden age of English culture and power. Her reign, known as the Elizabethan era, was marked by the defeat of the Spanish Armada in 1588 and the flourishing of English literature and drama, epitomized by William Shakespeare. James I 1603 to 1625 was the first monarch to rule both England and Scotland, initiating the union of the crowns. His reign saw the publication of the King James Bible, a major religious and literary milestone. Charles I 1625 to 1649 faced escalating conflicts with Parliament, leading to the English Civil War. The war ended with his execution in 1649 and the temporary abolition of the monarchy. Following Charles I's execution, England became a republic under Oliver Cromwell, known as the Commonwealth of England. Cromwell ruled as Lord Protector until his death, after which his son Richard briefly succeeded him before the monarchy was restored. Charles II was restored to the throne in 1660, bringing an end to the Commonwealth. His brother James II was later deposed in the Glorious Revolution of 1688 due to his attempts to restore Catholicism. William III and Mary II were invited to rule jointly, marking the beginning of a constitutional monarchy. George I 1714 to 1727, the first Hanoverian king, established the framework of modern British government. His reign saw the rise of the cabinet system and the office of the prime minister. George III 1760 to 1820 presided over a tumultuous period, including the American Revolution, which saw the loss of the American colonies. His reign also included the French Revolutionary and Napoleonic Wars. Queen Victoria 1837 to 1901 oversaw a period of industrial progress, cultural expansion, and the peak of the British Empire. The Victorian era was characterized by significant social, economic, and technological changes, as well as the expansion of the British Empire to its greatest extent. Edward VII 1901 to 1910 brought a period of change and modernization, followed by his son George V 1910 to 1936, who led the nation through World War I, a conflict that reshaped the world order and British society. Edward VIII's abdication in 1936 to marry Wallis Simpson led to a constitutional crisis. His brother, George VI, succeeded him and guided Britain through World War II, a time of immense national challenge and resilience. Elizabeth II 1952 to 2022 became the longest reigning monarch in British history, overseeing significant societal changes in the decolonization of Africa and the Caribbean. Her reign witnessed the transformation of the British Empire into the Commonwealth of Nations and the UK's evolving relationship with Europe, including Brexit. Charles III ascended to the throne in 2022, inheriting a modern and diverse Britain. His reign continues to adapt the monarchy to contemporary norms and expectations, reflecting the ongoing evolution of this ancient institution.